Hello, children. Today we will see the summary of Beehive Chapter 6 My Childhood by APJ Abdul Kalam. Children, actually, this is an extract from his book Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire is his biography, and this chapter, My Childhood, talks about the childhood of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Children, we all know him that he was the President of India. He was a great scientist also. Okay, so let's see the summary of this chapter in which we will see his childhood story. So here is the story of his childhood, and he has given the description that which type of discrimination he had faced in his childhood. Abdul Kalam was born in a middle class Muslim family in Rameshwaram. He had three brothers and one sister. His father was a generous and wise man. His mother was a hospitable lady. Children, the meaning of hospitable is friendly, or we can say who is always ready to welcome the guest or the visitors. They lived in an ancestral house on Mosque Street. His father lived a simple life but provided all necessities to children. So, children, we have seen that Abdul Kalam uh, belonged to a very middle class Muslim family, very simple family, but his father uh, always provided all necessities to children. Okay, and his parents were very generous and very kind natured. His parents were neither much educated nor rich, yet they were generous and kind. Many outsiders ate with the family every day. Kalam inherited the qualities of honesty and self discipline from his parents. So, children, Abdul Kalam's parents were very kind, very generous. So, same things, same qualities he also had inherited from his parents. He had inherited the qualities of honesty and self discipline from his parents. Kalam was only 8 years old when the Second World War broke out in 1939. Then there was a great demand for tamarind seeds. So, children, during the Second World War in 1939, there was a great demand of tamarind seeds. So, why there was a great demand of tamarind seeds? So, I will tell you the reason for that. It had two reasons. One, that that time tamarind seeds were ground down and roasted to make karnal powder, which was used as a seizing agent in jute and cotton clothes for making it waterproof. And the second reason was tamarind seeds were used as a fuel, okay, that time. So these were the two reasons why there was a great demand of tamarind seeds that time. So what happened when Abdul Kalam came to know that tamarind seeds are in great demand? So what he did? He just collected those seeds and he sold them in the market. His cousin Shamsuddin distributed newspapers and employed him as a helping hand. So, this way he earned his first wages. Wages means salary. He inherited faith in goodness and kindness from his parents. So, he had also learned the goodness and kindness from his parents. Kalam's family respected all religions. They took part in the Hindu festivals. His mother and grandmother told stories from the Ramayana and the life of the Prophet to the children at bedtime. Kalam had three friends: Ramananda Sastri, the son of a high priest of the Rameshwaram temple; Arvindam, and Siva Prakashan. They had different religious backgrounds and upbringing. So, children, we have seen that Kalam's family respected all the religion. Okay, so and Kalam's mother and grandmother always used to tell him the story of Ramayana and the story of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, and Kalam was also having three friends, and all these three friends having the different religious backgrounds, and their upbringing was also different. They never felt any differences among themselves. So, all these three, four friends, they never felt any differences among themselves. They adopted different professions when they grew up. One day, when Abdul was in fifth standard at a Rameshwaram elementary school, a new teacher came to their class. He used to wear a cap. Who used to wear a cap? Abdul Kalam. Okay. It set him apart as a Muslim. Kalam always sat in the front row next to Ramananda Sastri. So, always in the class, Abdul Kalam used to sit at the in the first row, okay, and near his friend Ramananda Sastri. But the teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Okay, so it means the teacher was very orthodox, and he did not like that a Muslim boy sitting with a Hindu boy. So, what happened? What he did? Kalam was asked to sit on the back bench. Then the teacher ordered Kalam to sit at the last seat. Both the friends felt very sad and told their parents about the incident after school. Ramanand's father called the teacher and told him not to spread the poison of communal hatred and social inequality in the minds of innocent children. So, children, as the teacher told Abdul Kalam to sit at the last bench, okay, so this thing their parents did not like. So, what he did, Ramanand's father called the teacher and told him that not to spread the poison of social inequality in the minds of innocent children. Then he told the teacher to either apologize or leave the school and city. Okay, then the teacher apologized and reformed himself. So this was the first incident which was happened in his childhood of discrimination. Okay, second incident. Once Abdul's science teacher invited him to dinner at his home. But his wife refused to serve Kalam dinner in her kitchen as she believed in her religious segregation. Okay, so what happened? Once Abdul Kalam's science teacher invited Abdul Kalam at his home for dinner, and those days people used to have their dinner in the kitchen only. But the science teacher's wife did not like it, and she refused to serve the meal to Abdul Kalam in the kitchen. Then what happened? The science teacher himself served him food and sat beside him to eat his own meal. His wife observed from behind the door and did not find any change in Abdul's behavior. After dinner, the teacher again invited him to join them next weekend. This time, the wife served food inside the kitchen and with her own hands. So, children, the science teacher's wife realized his mistake, okay, when she had seen from behind the door that even after misbehaving with Abdul Kalam, he did not she did not find any change in Abdul's behavior. she realized her mistake. And next time, when Abdul Kalam was called in his home for another meal, she just called him inside the kitchen and she served him food with her own hands. The Second World War ended. Kalam asked his father to permit him to go to Ramnathpuram to study. His father knew that Kalam would have to go away to grow up, and so he permitted him. He told his hesitant wife that they should give their children their love, but not force their thoughts on them. And thus he began his journey. So, children, and we know that how he began his journey. He became the president of India. He was also a great scientist. He was a great personality. Okay, so children, what we learned from this chapter? We learned two things. First, as Abdul Kalam's father said, that parents should give their children love but not force their thoughts on them. And second thing, we learned that we should not discriminate anyone on the basis of caste and religion. So, children, this was the summary of this chapter. Hope you understand this summary well.